Thanks all for coming and joining us today via Zoom. Thrilled to have you all here in our second century of service to our community. I was just a quick reflection, you know, it's summertime and it's time for kids to be outside and having fun, and there we go. Just talking about summertime and kids getting to play. I was looking out my office window today and I have a team of staff members out with a group of elementary kids that they're teaching them how to ride a bike. And I know if we think back to ourselves as kids or our kids or our own kids or grandkids, there's just that moment, you know, it's concentration, and then that moment, like they figure it out, and that just total joy. So it was just such a fun thing to watch these kids with that light bulb going on, and off they went on their bicycles without anybody holding on to them. So it was very fun. So let's start by doing the Pledge of Allegiance. Elena has a flag for us. Very good. So if we'd all start, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And then for our invocation, it's Cindy Linesar for invocation and inspiring words.
Hello, everyone. As we gather here today to hear from our International Rotary President, Holger Knaack, I thought we could reflect and be thankful for the power of Rotary. So let us pray. Rotary and Rotarians join together, linking arms and hearts across the globe, all around our common vision. And it is good to recognize how different each Rotarian is. Each has unique talents, dreams, backgrounds, and occupations. No one is exactly alike. And in our differences, we bring a wealth of experience and expertise. Through Rotary, we can take all these differences and mobilize them for the good of our community and our world. Many tried, but Rotary brought the end to polio. Many tried, but Rotary brought clean water, schools, business training, and prosperity to families, towns, and communities around the world. Today, I thank you for your individuality, and I thank you, Rotary, for bringing us together. We are blessed this year to have Holger Knaack lead us with this year's vision. And in this year ahead, we wish him the wisdom to bring our differences together and continue to advance our efforts of understanding, goodwill, and peace. Because with Rotary, no one stands alone. Amen.
Thank you, Cindy. Appreciate that very much. I'm checking in to see if anyone has guests. A couple people had reached out on possibly having guests. You can raise your hand for Elena if you do. Okay, I don't see any guests. So we'll move on to bell ringers.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Oh, Lucy, there you go.
Been down through the list of participants. Hi, Lucy here to introduce my guest, Shannon Reel. She is an Assistant Attorney General at the Oregon Department of Justice, like myself, and she was a Rotary Exchange student in Japan, and then a Rotarian in the Lawa area, and now she is in Portland. So welcome to Shannon Reel.
Hi.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome, Shannon.
Thank you. Thank you to Lucy for inviting me.
Yeah, absolutely. Elena, did you see any other folks with raised hands?
I don't think so. I'm looking though.
Okay. Okay, I don't see any. All right. Well then, Ozzy Rose, bell ringers.
Now can you hear me?
Yep.
I've received no bell ringers from club members, but I'm ringing the bell today 5 times with my July Rotary lunch money.
Good call. I'll join you in that, Ozzy. All righty.
I would like to do the same with my Rotary dues for the last 5 weeks.
Thank you, Roger.
Rotary dues or Rotary lunch money?
Lunch money, I'm sorry.
That got expensive real quick.
Yeah.
Bell ringers. Bell
Where's
ring-
Bell?
We have Larry Gray's hand raised.
Yes, President Sue, I'd like to ring the bell today for Ozzy Rose. The story is this: Nick Williams had to step aside from Rotary for a while due to professional responsibilities, and he asked me if I would chair the bell ringer committee, and I said yes. Now, as an aside, I want to encourage our members to keep Nick in the loop, keep reaching out, and make sure he comes back. We want the guy back in our club. So I agreed to chair the bell ringer committee, but I dropped the ball in setting up a bell ringer for this week. And so my first thought was to reach out to Ozzy, because Ozzy is always there. He's always ready to say yes to helping with Rotary, to giving. He's been an amazing member for, I forgot to look up how many years. How many years, Ozzy?
Since the middle 80s, I think 84, but I'm not sure.
Okay, 30, 35 years or some 36 years or more. I can't do the math. And Ozzy unfortunately had an accident recently. He's told us about it, so I'm not talking out of school. And despite having his hands so full, and that's a play on words, because Ozzy managed to break both hands or wrists at the same time. Despite having hands full with that disability and his work responsibilities, he jumped in and said yes to handling bell ringers today. So I hope club members will join me in ringing the bell for Ozzy Rose.
Okay, I'm derelict. This is Ozzy's bell ringer. This is for Roger. And this is for Larry.
I'll join Larry in honoring Ozzy just because it's due.
There we go. Thank you, Patrick.
I'll join also, only
Okay.
because he needs a beaver to support him.
Anne, are you trying to say something? I'm looking for her.
Unmute. All right, how about that?
You're good. Yep.
Okay, same for me for Ozzy. He was one of the nicest people to me when I first came to the club, and he's an amazing guy. So thanks, Ozzy, for all that you do.
Thank you, Anne. Warren?
So I want to raise the bell or ring the bell for Justin Tyler and his coworker Samantha, and for Cherry City Floors or Interiors. They've done an amazing job. Our bathroom has been under remodel for 5 years, and we're finally getting, if you can see it, but the tiles going in. And I have to give thanks to, it's been, 5 years of living in the other end of the house. And his crew, that company, his people have all been amazing, and it's going to be a fantastic project when it gets finished. I'm probably going to have everybody over in a champagne toast in that bathroom. the bathroom's 25 feet long. It now has a fireplace. I mean, a bathtub from South Africa, so it's quite the project. So I'm raising the bell for Cherry City Interiors and Justin Tyler.
Very good. Thank you. Alrighty.
Hey, Mr. Chair of the committee.
Larry.
Yes, Mr. Rose. Chair recognizes Mr. Rose.
We did pretty good. We got 9 of them.
Well done.
All right.
All
It'd
right.
be nice if we rounded up to 10, wouldn't it, Ozzy?
Very good. All right. Thank you, Ozzy, very much. So we are rolling into the program. So I'd like to hand it over now to Renee Campbell to introduce the video and our RI president virtually.
Okay. Well, this is an unusual program for us today, and one that we probably wouldn't be having under normal circumstances. But in this virtual dimension that we find ourselves in right now, it lends itself well to have this visitor today. Holger Knaack is the new president of Rotary International, and he is a member of the Rotary Club of Herzogtum, Lauenburg, Mölln, Germany. Try to say that once. He comes to us today via video from the International Assembly in San Diego in January. This is an annual event where all 539 district governors-elect from the whole world gather for several days for their final training and inspiration before they take their responsibilities in their district in July. At this event, the RI president-elect reveals the theme for the Rotary year and shares their vision for moving Rotary ahead for the coming year. For sake of continuity, Rotary has moved away from having goals just for 1 year, and that's from the club level all the way up to Rotary International level now. And Holger will move forward the second year of a 5-year plan dubbed Grow Rotary. There it is, Grow Rotary. And you'll hear him talk about that. You will, if you listen, you'll hear some affirmation of the work that we do in our club, but you'll also hear about some challenges that Rotary faces and actions that we can take to take us successfully through our next 100 years. A Rotary member since 1992, Knaack has served as, get this, it almost takes your breath away, treasurer, director, moderator, member and chair of several international committees, representative for the Council on Legislation, zone coordinator, training leader, district governor, major gift advisor, and co-chair of the host organization committee for the 2019 International Convention in Hamburg. He's the CEO of Knaack KG, which is a real estate company, but he was previously partner and general manager of Knaack Enterprises, which is a 125-year-old family bakery business. He's a founding member of the Civic Foundation for his city. He served as president of his golf club, and he's founder and chair of the Carl Adam Foundation, which supports his city's world-class crew club. Holger and his wife, Suzanne, are major donors to the Rotary Foundation and members of the Bequest Society. Youth Exchange, Rotaract, and making opportunities for young people have always been his passion. But you'll also find him rolling up his sleeves and doing whatever task needs to be done. If you'd like to get better acquainted with him, he's outgoing, engaging, and approachable, and I encourage you to read his introductory story in the July Rotarian magazine. Please enjoy our virtual visit from Holger Knaack.
Good morning, everybody. What an unbelievable event. You know, 14 years ago, Rotary held its first international assembly right here in San Diego. And I was sitting right where you are, as a district governor-elect. I was nervous about the responsibilities ahead of me and the challenges of leadership. And today, we are in 2020 at the final IA to be held here in San Diego, and I'm still somewhat nervous. The responsibilities are larger for me this time, but so are the possibilities. I'm so excited to share with you all the opportunities that lie in front of us. At home, you are a part of a team that works together year to year, making sure that your district's most important work does not end with a new year of leadership, but continues with greater emphasis. I'm also part of a team, and I will be proud to continue President Mark Maloney's strong commitment to growing Rotary. However, I will not be asking you to grow by specific numbers. For a very simple reason. Every time that we have asked to grow by specific numbers, we have failed. Instead of focusing on numbers, I want you to think about how we can grow Rotary organically and sustainably. How can we keep our current members and win new members who fit to our clubs? And then, how can we make our organization stronger to face the challenges before us? We must rise to this incredible moment when we are recognized worldwide for our efforts to end polio and fix our roof while the sun is shining. In many ways, Rotary is in a wonderful shape. We are financially strong still. Our foundation is recognized as one of the world's best charities. Our global grants continue to grow, and we become a more international focused organization every year. And we are also evolving in interesting ways. There are now more Asian Rotarians than North American. But there are risks if current trends continue, especially in areas where we see an aging population, Rotary is declining and overaged. We cannot stand still and be satisfied with everything we have done. The digital revolution has affected us much harder than we anticipated. Others have faced this challenge before us and fared poorly. I had an opportunity to speak recently to Rotarians in Rochester, New York. A former executive at Kodak was in attendance, and he told me that they all knew that photography would make the transition to digital eventually. They just never expected it to happen so fast. And they went from being the worldwide leader in their field to a company in bankruptcy in just a handful of years. Time will not slow down for us, but we will not let rapid change defeat us. We will capture this moment to grow Rotary, make it stronger, more adaptable, and even more aligned with our core values. In Germany, we see Rotary as a community of shared values and personal integrity. Friendship and networking draws people to Rotary. And because of that, we have strong clubs from which we generate strength for our service. And the four-way test helps us to make objective decisions. It is all about self-reflection. Sometimes you don't even know if what you see with your own eyes is true. But the four-way test allows us to ask ourselves, am I being honest? And am I doing the right thing? That is important. And if we are being completely honest with ourselves, and when we look ahead, do we think Rotary is doing enough to face the challenges of the future? Rotary has to change, and Rotary will change. And even if some fellow Rotarians will complain that it does not look like their old Rotary, we have to change. As Paul Harris said, we have to be revolutionary from time to time. And now is the time to be revolutionary. One way that we will do this is by creating new club models and rethinking what it means to be in Rotary. Young people should be the architects of these new Rotary clubs. For many younger people, sitting down for a meal together is not the best way to meet. Just because we have held meetings this way for over 100 years does not mean it is the only way. Suzanne's club, for example, is a local e-club. They meet online once a week, communicating on a smartphone app, and they meet in person once a month. And her club ranges in age from 27 to 70. I love this kind of diversity of generations in our Rotary clubs. That is the ideal, a multi-generation club. Some clubs will succeed in doing this, but only if they meet the needs of younger generations. We have to be open to new approaches, and creating new, unique clubs for younger people, that is just part of the solution. You have the power to implement them. It will be up to you to make it work. Forming new Rotary clubs is the distinct responsibility of the district governor. Rotary International has already embraced change, but now it's up to you to make these new clubs a reality. And by the way, one way that we can listen to younger generations and make existing club membership more appealing to them is to focus more on the environment. Recent disasters, such as the bushfires in Australia, underscore the importance of taking strong action. Our last 3 presidents made a strong case for Rotary doing more to preserve the environment. There is so much we can do ourselves. Cutting down on our use of plastic, not overly cooling or heating our rooms and offices, not driving too fast on the German Autobahn, We are already building in environmental protection and sustainability in our service projects. But we have to make these issues more a priority. Younger people are waiting for us to inspire them to action. Young people today enjoy service and want to be active in it. We see this in Rotaract, and Rotaractors are now like us. We are all part of Rotary International. We have done away with this artificial age limit. Let Rotaractors decide what kind of Rotary experience works best for them. And anyone who has worked with Rotaractors knows that these young people are bright, energetic, and they get things done. Rotaractors are faster, more effective, and impatient. And their impatience is a virtue. They want to see results now, and they will do the necessary work to get it done right away. Their impatience and persistence makes an impact. 9 years ago, Rotarians had an idea for a new project with the Berlin Zoo in Germany that 1 weekend a year puts on an amazing show for children that encourage exercise, reading, and healthy eating. And while Rotary clubs still thinking and discussing, Rotaractors just decided to start it. And now, all 36 Berlin Rotary and Rotaract clubs taking part and make thousands of underprivileged children happy. So let's take up the challenge and open our doors for Rotary and for Rotaractors and young professionals. But let us also remember that there is no wrong age to become a Rotarian. There is no wrong age to become a Rotarian. Every age is welcome. Every age has something important to contribute. And as we reach out to young Rotarians, we will not leave others behind. But what about existing clubs? Some parts of the world are already doing a good job with member engagement and retention, while other parts of the world need to do better. To do that, we are going to have to choose new members carefully and ensure that they are the right fit to the right club. And we make sure that the club meets their expectations. Please take it seriously and take your time. You are choosing new friends for life. We need to stop thinking of new members as people we can mark down as statistics and then forget about. People who leave Rotary talk, and others listen. And that affects our image. We want every new Rotarian to be a lifelong Rotarian, a friend engaged in Rotary. Every new member changes us a little bit. That person brings a new perspective, new experiences. And by the way, I'm a great fan of our classification system. We need to embrace this constant renewal. We will go stronger as we learn from new members and take their experience and knowledge. And that is why we need more women in our Rotary clubs and more women in leadership positions. And also we need to remember that meeting new people and making sure they enjoy their membership is fun. We enjoy each other's company and have a great time doing whatever we do. We need to embrace these joyous experiences. And the best way to have fun is to be together. Whether it is in a large gathering like this assembly or the convention, at a service project or in our regular meetings. And being together makes us more effective. And it should not be a surprise that our vision statement begins with that word. Together, we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. And the vision statement forms the basis for Rotary's new action plan, which you will have the critical role to implementing. This new action plan, it's all about growing Rotary and helping us to adapt to the digital age. The time is now to take this action plan and run with it. Over the next 5 years, this plan will increase our impact, expand our reach, enhance our participant engagement, and increase our ability to adapt. I would like every Rotary Club to have a strategic meeting at least once a year. Each club should be asking where they want to be in 5 years and know what value it brings to their members. What makes Rotary so unique and worth sharing with the world? What unique opportunities do we open for you and for the people we serve? We love people. And wherever we go in the world, Rotarians becomes our best friends. And you wish to have more time with them. We are people from different backgrounds, different generations, languages, and cultures. And even the way that we live Rotary is different, country to country and club to club. And that diversity makes us great. We are held together by the values we share. We are all bound in friendship, and we all believe in the four-way test. Rotary is experienced a different way everywhere, but the four-way test remains the same for everyone. Rotary provides us opportunities to service projects that can be performed and completed by us. And these projects are meaningful and sustainable. In Rotary, we don't just donate the money. We also perform the service and see the lasting impact of that service firsthand. And that is unique. Rotary has given many of us the opportunities to travel the world to help to put our service ideas into action. And Rotary also provides opportunities for leadership. All of us have taken on great new responsibilities. This is our opportunity to strengthen our network, not for our personal glory, but for the good of Rotary. Creating new pathways to leadership for others is a true Rotary ideal, and it will make you a more effective leader. We are all here because we believe in Rotary opportunities, and opportunities for others and for ourselves. We believe that our acts of service, big and small, create opportunities for people who need our help. We also know that every act of service will inspire and change us. And here are 4 stories that illustrate this idea.
My year as district governor concluded with me filled with newfound humility and awe for the service Rotarians in my district provide every year. From an underfunded and forgotten talent school to the promise of a normal life for children with heart disease or cancer, to the right of clean water in schools, Rotary provides opportunity and gives hope to those who may have none.
I found it in the eyes of a stranger, a connection to the world that I could not find in books. It came from a mother who offered her child to be vaccinated against polio during an NID in India. The gratitude in her eyes spoke volumes. 2 drops and a smile. It changed that child's life, but it also transformed mine. Rotary gave me the opportunity to create lasting change, leading to peace of mind within.
At the age of 28, Rotary gave me the opportunity to participate in a GSE program. There, I met a professor who offered me a scholarship at the Johns Hopkins University, where I could enhance my clinical research skills and earn a PhD. When I returned home, I was asked to join Rotary, and a whole new world of service opened for me. For the last 26 years, I have taken every opportunity to volunteer on medical convoys. But my greatest Rotary opportunity was when I was a Rotaractor. That was where I met my wife and the love of my life, Rania.
I was adopted at birth, raised in a small family of 4. In high school, I hid in a bathroom stall many days, too afraid to face the bullies. For years, I was content to follow, never realizing my untapped potential within. Rotary gave me the opportunity to be a citizen of the world, to lead, and to stand on this stage with confidence and strength. What opportunities does Rotary have for me next? I don't know. But because of Rotary, I'm ready.
So, as you can see, Rotary is not just a club that you join. It is an invitation to endless opportunities. It opens opportunities to serve in a project as big and historic as End Polio Now, and also in a small community project where you just plant a tree. And it opens opportunities for you to live a richer, more meaningful life with friends around the world based on our core values. As Rotarians, we are blessed to take on leadership roles at this wonderful moment for our organization. Everything we do opens another opportunity for someone, somewhere. And therefore, the theme for our year is Rotary opens opportunities.
Thank you, Renee. Any final thoughts, Renee, from you for the presentation? Or questions that you might want to ask the group?
Or does the group have any questions for me that I could answer on behalf of the Rotary President? I love that new theme, Rotary opens opportunities, because that's something that we sometimes don't use as a selling point when we are sharing Rotary with others. And our new mission statement, a couple of years old, really talks about that it's not just the service we do for others, but it changes us as well and gives us opportunities to grow.
Absolutely. Have you seen, Renee, have you seen in our district any of these hybrid or more innovative meeting models happening?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is the Westland Club has a satellite club. That's one of the new models where it has been that you need to have 25 members to charter a new club. But if you start a satellite club, that is still kind of part of your club. It functions as a committee of your club. And the idea is then to grow them to where they are able to then take over and charter for themselves. We do also have some e-clubs, and you can join an e-club that is maybe not even be in our area, may not even be in our district. There's international e-clubs that have to do with maybe an area of focus that you want to focus on. We have a couple of people on our International Service Committee who are on the International WASH e-club, and WASH is water and sanitation and hygiene. So they really focus on those kinds of projects. So they meet, they're from all over the world, and they meet like we're meeting here today, and they do projects together and have a board and all of that. There's also one that I haven't seen too much of. It's called a passport club, where you meet online, but you are also, you can participate with local clubs in their projects. So maybe your weekly meeting might be meeting together online, but I might be a member of a passport club and I'm really interested in the Salem's project for the amphitheater. So I might want to help with that. Or maybe I'm interested in Kaiser's project, building Little League fields or whatever they might be doing. I can participate in that. So it just gives a little more flexibility for people who want to be involved, but meeting at noon every week for a lunch or participating with one group doesn't work for them well. Our club seems to, it's an older model, but it works well for us. It doesn't work well for everyone. There are people who really prefer a more flexible, online, maybe more service oriented, less financially oriented, the kind of projects that they like to do. So there's just a lot of flexibility now in how a group of people can get together and decide how to form the club that works for them so that they can do the kind of service that they want to do.
Let's double check for any other questions or comments from the group. Sorry about that. Alrighty, Elena, I don't see any other hands up.
I see Tim Nissen.
Oh, thank you.
Renee, you've held the highest Rotary office among us as district governor. Could you talk a little bit about the politics of Rotary above the district level? How are these people selected? What kind of a commitment do they make? Does Rotary support them, or do they have to be self-supporting? You're at this point, you're our best hope to become president of Rotary International.
Well, don't hold your breath on that one. You know, I was invited to be on the nominating committee for our director. It was just something I couldn't do at the time, but there, just like we have a nominating committee in our club, there's a nominating committee at the zone level, and we have 2 zones paired on the West Coast, number 25 and 27, and we alternate directors every 2 years, one from the North Zone, one from the South Zone. And we have a nominating committee, and you know, we look at the same kind of things that we do, excuse me, this is allergy, not COVID, sorry. They look at the same kind of things as leadership skills, service, the kinds of things that you have done, and obviously how well you lead, how well you get along with people. So it goes through that kind of a process at the zone level, and then also again at the international level, there is an international nominating committee. And you can nominate someone from your zone or from your district, and that nominating committee is going to look at those things and come up with the best nominee that they possibly can. So I don't know whether that's the politics or procedure. It's you know, there's not a lot of, in some organizations you can move up. In Rotary, there are not a lot of positions at the top, you might say, but I remember our zone director telling us as past district governors, you can do more to help Rotary by serving in your district and serving in your clubs. There's 539 graduating district governors every single year. There is 1 director every 2 years from my zone. How many people are really going to hold that position? There are other zone positions. You can serve in membership or public image or foundation and things like that. So there's places there that you can serve, and there's also events that you can serve at that level, and also at the Rotary International level. We have had members of our district serve at the Rotary International level. If you remember Dick Ellicksman, who passed away just under a year ago, he served on the Rotary International Membership Committee. We have members of our district who serve on the foundation cadre of experts that help people when they're doing global grants, help them whether it's WASH or economic development or health and things like that. So there's a lot of places that you can serve outside the club. But the work of Rotary is done ground level, grassroots, in the club and in the district. So that's really the best places to serve. And you really, you know, how often, if you're serving on an international committee, how often are you going to see those people? Maybe 4 times a year. How often do I get to see you? Every week. You are my friends.
Great question. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Renee. Any other hands up? I'm looking in the participant box.
Sue, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, Paul.
Yeah, I'm Paul Farrell. I wanted to remind the Rotarians to read the July issue of our magazine. And there's a wonderful article about our new president, Holger. He's an outstanding person, and it's a very good article.
Yeah, it is. Thank you, Paul. Ozzy?
That was very, very impressive, Renee, and thank you for sharing it with us.
Thank you.
I would like to suggest we give some thought. We obviously have it now on technology. I think it would be a good thing for every RotoAct person that we have show up once a year. I think it would be good to make that a blue badge requirement for our red badgers and have them get together each year and hear that. That was at least for me, a very, very moving and impressive speech about what I think I'm trying to do in Rotary. Anyway, just some thoughts.
Thank you, Ozzy. Anne?
Down at our club down in Tortola, we had a very active younger group of Rotaractors, and we invited them to send a representative to our meeting every week, and we paid for their breakfast in our case, and gave them a moment to let us know anything that in announcements that was going on with their things that we might be able to connect with, whether it be by participating or providing financial support, buying tickets. We often bought tickets to more expensive events that they were involved with so that they could send more of their members. So it might want to be something, maybe this club's already doing that, I don't know, but it might be something if we're not.
Great, thank you,
Can I
Anne.
say something about that, Sue? I know we don't have a Rotaract club anymore. It was just very difficult to, do we have a community club? Do we have a college club? It's hard to bring the two together, and tried several different things. But Rotaract really needs a champion within the club to make sure that those connections are made. And as Holger was talking, there is no right age to be a Rotarian, no right age to be a Rotaractor. I've thought, what if our club, and this is something, to be talked about in a membership committee meeting and a board meeting, what if our club did a satellite club and kind of started that with some younger people, but they'd still be part of us, and we would be much more connected than we were with, say, a Rotaract club and our club. And then they'd be able to, come and visit our club. We could go and visit theirs. Maybe it's an evening over appetizers and a adult beverage, but just something to think about.
Thank you, Renee. And a reminder for everyone, in the weekly newsletter, there's a link to the survey. And you'll be able to provide a lot of the input that you're sharing right now. You'll be able to provide that input on our club looking to the future within that survey. So definitely appreciate everybody's comments and ideas, and we will take that in with the survey responses. So are there any last questions or comments? Questions for Renee or comments? I don't see anything in the chat. All right. Thank you so much, Renee. That was really interesting, wonderful video, as well as just the information that you're sharing with us. That really gives us some new ideas and opportunities to think through as we move forward. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Want to thank Shannon Reel for being our guest today, and then let everyone know our next meeting. Past President Tammy Denny's our program chair, and it'll be on the future of air travel. So it looks like a really interesting topic. So take a look at the newsletter next week and get the details, and we look forward to seeing you all next Wednesday. So take care, everybody. Bye-bye.